How's pre-season going, Tom?
No, it's been good. That's us. I think we've been in for like maybe 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks. So the ones that didn't go international have had good double sessions, and then all the full squad went to Austria and played a few games. So no, it's been good, and it's maybe the first time in a while that we've had like a long pre-season, and I think we've got another maybe two weeks pre-season before the first game. So it's good.
How beneficial is it having the manager for that whole stretch as well? Whereas they came in obviously later on last season.
He even mentioned it at the start when we went to Austria, like the squad this year compared to the start of last season when he first came in, just totally different. Just feels more settled, and like apart from one or two faces, like, everyone knows each other, and I think that's it shows you how good the manager and the staff done and the players done last year. But then I think it will be beneficial for this season as well, that everyone does know everyone quicker.
You've obviously seen many turnovers of players all these pre-seasons come and go, but what's the feeling this time for this season ahead? How exciting should the fans be and stuff about the season ahead?
Yeah, no, I think it finished amazing at the end of last season, but I think the way the manager is, like, he'll be kind of that's kind of finished now, and he's all about like straight away. For, like, even in pre-season games, he's wanting every day like at it, and everyone 100% straight away from the very first pre-season game. I think that's good, because like the standards always high every training session and every pre-season game, because that's the standard that he sets. Is
this going to be for you one of the toughest seasons to nail down a certain spot, just because of how front-loaded this squad is with good attacking players?
No, I think every year's hard. I've said it before. Like every year, I don't think I've went into any season thinking, even when I was like starting like every game, like at different spells, like I don't think I've ever like thought like I'm guaranteed a place, and I think it's maybe best to be like that. So no, I know there's a lot of attackers, but I think it's good, especially with the manager plays, that you do have a lot of attackers, because there is a lot of games, and it's good to change it up, and I think it keeps like everybody like on their toes and that as well. So no, I think the competitions, I think it's good for the players and obviously the manager as well.
We hear a lot about players having their stats measured before the season starts. Can you compare your stats to when you first broke into the team?
What kind of stats are you
in terms of the fitness?
I know, like obviously it's so much more like spoke about now than what it was when I first come through. But no, I feel as though like the last couple of years, like I've felt like, I don't know if it's maybe just because you learn to see what's good for you and what's best for you to do. So no, I think the last few years, like it's like the fittest I've felt, and like going from stats like high speed running and distance covered and stuff. I think it's like over the years I've always just kept like going more and more, but I think that's maybe just getting used to like different managers and ways. Like the game's obviously like so much more like high intensity running, so no, I think it's good for me. That
is there any competition between the players in terms of those stats? Who's the fittest, who's the fastest, things like that?
No, like not really. I think that the staff always like they maybe like put it into different like groups with like different positions and stuff, so everything's monitored like for training sessions, for games, like so all the time. So especially now, like the staff are making sure like everything in the positions are doing like what are required, and I think it's good having that there, that you don't need to think about it, and if you need a top up or you've done more, then they look after you.
Straight into the Champions League this season, how beneficial is that?
No, I think it's going to be class. Like, once it comes around, like, I think everybody will be buzzing for the draw. Like it's good for like the fans, like the players and like the manager as well. As, like loads of players not playing the Champions League, and no, I think it'll be some buzz like when we get the Champions League games back here.
5 years ago, since Celtic were in the Champions League, it was a couple of tricky games to say the least. Is that gap between the champions of Scotland and the best clubs in Europe, has that increased over that time, do you think?
Well, I don't know. Obviously, we'll need to wait and see. Like, even when we've played in Europa League like the last couple of years, like the standards high. Like even when we were in the conference as well, like last season, like. The teams are hard. You got a lot of good teams that maybe you've not heard of, a lot of good players as well. So no, I think that the standards in Europe it's going to be really high, but I think everyone will be excited for that challenge.
Is that still enjoyable to play in the Champions League when you're playing against teams like Bayern and PSG and?
Yeah, I think if you ask any player that's played in the games, like they'll obviously it's no nice. Like sometimes when you have had like the big deficit in results. But no, I think everyone wants to challenge yourself in playing the games, and obviously the fans want to see the teams and us playing against them as well. So no, everyone will be looking forward to it.
Do you guys get excited as the fans do about the draw?
I know there will be. I remember it from before. Like everyone is, and especially the home games and that. Every time you get a home game here, it's really good, and obviously the fans will be looking forward to travelling away for the games as well. But no, I'm sure whoever we get, they'll be buzzing with that.
You've been through that grind of qualifiers season after season. The fact that you don't have that this year and not having to go through that, can that potentially give you a bit of an edge going into the early stages of the league season?
I think it's. I've obviously done it before. Like it's mostly just like if you play like 3-4 qualifiers, it's just travelling, and every week you've got like a competitive game, so it can be like quite hard like right early on. But to be fair, I think the boys in the team have always dealt with it like really well over the years. So I think no matter if you have the qualifiers or not, I think the staff and the players just kind of adjust to like what you kind of gets put in front of you. So obviously it's been different this year, and I think it's been like beneficial for like the manager having like all the players from an early start, and a lot of more pre-season games than what we would have normally.
As someone that knows a thing or two about playing in the wing for Celtic, how good is it to see 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗶 back on a permanent basis?
Yeah, no, I think everyone was buzzing. Like, he settled in really well last year. Like, he gets on with all the players, and like you've seen how good he was last season as well. So no, I think everyone's once again announced, it just kind of felt as though like I think everybody thought all the players thought he was going to come back. So like it just feels as though he's not really been away, because obviously he was back in like kind of early on pre-season as well. So no, everyone is delighted he's back, and hopefully can continue what he done last season.
Yeah, is that just an exciting prospect, what he could achieve at this club, just given the way he started and what he's shown so far?
I know. I think like 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗶's done really well as well. I think sometimes like he can go under the radar a wee bit. Like I think like for how young he was, and he couldn't speak any English as well like last season, I think he done really well. And as you said, like 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗶, I think the young ones coming in and handling like the pressure. Obviously it was a big year after not winning the league the year before, so no, I think there's so many players that you can give like the plaudits to, and like they've done really well. So no, hopefully they just continue and keep performing well for Celtic.
Sorry, can I just get one question on the 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗶 game and 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗶? Are you looking forward to that and seeing him again?
I know, but it'll be really good. Like I think it was like maybe like 13 years ago he was here. I think he left my first like kind of full pre-season, so no, it's good that he's getting a testimonial, and then obviously how successful he was with Celtic as well. So that'll be that'll be good. Aye.